Cowork gives non-developers the powerful capabilities of Claude Code, letting them create real automations, document workflows, pipelines, and research tasks that were previously native to terminal only. But most of them are still getting low-quality output and complain that using Cowork has been eating up their limits. This is not happening because of its tool, it happens because there is no effort being put in the pre-setup. There is no right way for the pre-setup, it is always a series of steps you take to make the workflow tailored for what you need. Now, I know we have been talking about such best practices in most of our previous videos, but we found some new ones that were actually good and had a high impact on our workflows. The first thing you need to do before doing anything is creating a manifest.md for every folder you work with. This file lives in the root of the folder and contains guidance on how the actual folder looks. For Claude Code users, this file is the same as the claude.md file. If you, like us, also work in a folder that contains a lot of information that is nested and structured, Manifest helps better in working in such folders. Claude tends to get lost and pull noise from irrelevant files. This is because without a manifest file, Claude tends to navigate around the folder, guessing where the right file actually is. It bloats the context unnecessarily, which leads to using the wrong file as the source and generating bad quality output. This file tells which documents are the source of truth, which subfolders map to which domain, and what to skip entirely. The manifest.md contains 3 tiered levels of files to let Claude know which file to give importance to and which to not. Tier 1 contains all the files your model should always load and which acts as the source of truth, listing all those files which cannot be skipped at all. Tier 2 is those files that you want to be loaded on demand. These include those kinds of files that you don't need right away but might need. And lastly, the third tier is the archived data, which is your past versions of data that you don't need but keep for record's sake. So that's why we flagged it as ignore it unless asked. Now, with this setup in place, whenever we asked any question in Cowork, it loaded the manifest.md file first, and from that located the file which contained the data needed. And then it responded to our query much faster and more reliably than working without it. Now, aside from the manifest.md, you need to create 3 more context files that tell what your identity is. These files are about me, brand voice, and working style, each explaining how you prefer responses so that Claude knows how to behave. This eliminates generic AI output because Claude actually knows what your working style is. So we placed these files in the Claude context folder inside the documents folder and had them accessible from everywhere by telling Claude in the instructions. This ensures that Claude responds according to what we need and does not behave in a way we don't like. These files are not meant to be created once and then used forever. They need to be refined frequently. And if you see that Claude didn't follow the instructions you gave in your files, then iterate with it on whether it's a prompt problem or a context problem. If it's either, you can add lines to these files to fix things. Now, aside from these files, you need to create memory files so that if you're working continuously in a particular folder, it retains memory between sessions from these files. This works similarly to coding, letting files act as our external memory for all the decisions and tasks that need to be done. The next thing is something that people often ignore: the global instructions. Many people just leave this blank, but they're actually powerful because these instructions are loaded before anything else, even before your prompt is loaded. They act as a starting point for all of your prompts. For Claude Code, this looks like the instructions in the claude.md file in the .claude folder of the home directory. In my global instructions, I specifically stated that the manifest.md is the first thing Claude should look at and how to navigate around it. But there are also other practices that make working with Claude manageable. For example, I let Claude ask clarifying questions before doing anything. This way, it doesn't blindly do whatever it thinks is right and can course correct with relevant questions. Another thing to include in your global settings is asking Claude to show a brief plan before taking action. When it lays out a plan first, you can actually see if the direction is right or not. You can add other rules as you like. For example, I added instructions to avoid filler words and not to pad the output, which Claude tends to do normally. I also explicitly stated that if the confidence is low, Claude should ask instead of giving wrong answers confidently. All of these contribute to a much better experience with Cowork. Even with vague prompts, this setup makes it answer accurately. And as I already mentioned, we use Claude context files to guide the voice and personality. So I also included this in the global instructions so it can reference them whenever needed. Even though this is something you must be hearing in our videos repeatedly, you also need to ensure that the context given to your agent is minimal, either by explicitly stating stating it in the prompt or by controlling it with files like the manifest.md or similar. The less the context window is bloated with noise, the better it performs. Now, the prompts, setup instructions, and templates are available in AI Labs Pro. For those who don't know, it's our recently launched community where you get ready-to-use templates that you can plug directly into your projects for this video and all previous ones. If you found value in what we do and want to support the channel, this is the best way to do it. The link's in the description. Now, another thing we need to do is define the end state of what you want to achieve instead of defining the process. As we always say, if we show the model what the correct output looks like, it tends to perform better and iterate toward that goal. That correct output can be anything: test cases, the final output in the prompt, or similar references. Now, this principle applies to all agents, be it Cowork or Claude Code or any other agent. Now, when we wanted to perform a reorganization task in our folder, we specifically stated which version of each file should go into which folder and what each folder should contain after the reorganization was done, instead of vaguely mentioning it to reorganize the files. We also detailed how it should treat nested folders and explicitly mentioned what it should not touch. This prompt allowed Claude to iterate toward that goal in an orderly way, making the task much easier because now it knew what the correct output looked like. We need to explicitly tell Claude what it should do if it's uncertain about any task. Most commonly, we give Claude clear instructions in our prompts on what it needs to do and the best path to follow, but we don't mention how it should handle edge cases. In those situations, Claude tends to guess, and most of the time, it's wrong because it doesn't know our preferred approach. So you need to specifically state what it should do in those situations. We did so by adding this in our global instructions that if Claude is uncertain about anything, it should ask by mentioning it in words, and if the confidence is low, it should say so. In our document folders under working style, we also specified that if it's unsure about something, it should say so and explicitly not guess or present it as a fact. Now, with this in place, Claude flags uncertainty up front instead of confidently guessing wrong. But before we move forwards, let's have a word with the sponsor, Scrimba. Most of us learn to code by watching a video, getting stuck, and constantly switching between a browser and an editor until our brains melt. Scrimba fixes this. They created Scrim technology, where the video player is actually a live code editor. At any moment, you can hit pause, click directly into the instructor's code, and start editing right there to see what happens. It's like pair programming with experts, and that's what makes the learning actually stick. Scrimba offers the specialized training needed to master AI engineering and full-stack development for a high-quality portfolio. If you're a student or prepping for interviews, these deep dives help you prepare for technical screens covering data structures and Git. It's the most efficient way to bridge the gap from vibe coding to professional engineering. Stop watching passive tutorials and start gaining real-world experience through interactive building today. Get started today with their free courses, and when you're ready, use our link in the pinned comment below to save an extra 20% on their pro plans. Instead of using a different session for each task, you need to batch related work into a single session. Now, how do you identify which tasks can be grouped into a single session and which cannot? The first clue is that some tasks actually share context among them because the output of one task is fed as input to the next and so on. For example, generating the monthly budget summary report often involves multiple interconnected tasks. In such cases, we need to group similar tasks together so they run faster, cheaper, and with higher quality. This also helps prevent hitting session limits frequently since you're completing more tasks in fewer sessions. When we gave Claude prompts, we explicitly started with a goal, then mentioned the first step it needed to do, then the next, and so on until the goal was achieved. This approach allowed us to complete more tasks much faster. However, if the tasks are not interconnected, batching them together will not only waste tokens, but may also result in incorrect output if done this way. Now, batching of tasks doesn't have to be done only sequentially. If there are tasks that can be done in parallel, you can integrate them by utilizing parallel agents. Claude can automatically identify the need for parallelism and execute it on its own, but it doesn't hurt to explicitly mention this in your prompt. We also use sub-agents heavily to make our tasks faster and more convenient. With sub-agents, a large number of tasks can be completed quickly, and their dedicated context windows prevent the main context from being bloated with unnecessary information. However, one thing to watch out for is that sub-agents consume a lot of tokens, so you need to use them only when it's absolutely necessary. Also, if you are enjoying our content, consider pressing the hype button because it helps us create more content like this and reach out to more people. Cowork has an edge because we can schedule tasks, which we used to do manually by giving prompts repeatedly. Now we can schedule a range of tasks that we perform every day. These scheduled tasks only run when your computer is awake and while the Claude desktop is open, so that's an important consideration. Since we already had a system running all the time, running OpenClaw to research new ideas, track new tool releases, and report to us in our Discord channel, we asked Cowork to schedule another automation. information. Now we use the schedule skill and ask Claude to analyze the meeting notes where we discuss new ideas and tool releases and to write a report based on those notes for the same day in this folder. We also gave it a proper file naming format and asked it to identify the actionable items. In response to this prompt, Claude asked us questions about the frequency and then scheduled the task for us. And now we receive frequent reports from our meeting notes, ideas, and the tools that we can use in our videos, all derived from our discussions. This process can be improved even further by using connectors to link Gmail or Google Drive, allowing us to write emails or save files directly to the inbox. We can also do this by setting up cron jobs in Claude Code and letting it interact with MCP tools and CLIs to do the same job. To make our workflow much more efficient, we need to use plugins to compound capabilities. Each plugin essentially contains a bundle of skills or commands, along with sub-agent integrations, all targeted toward a specific area and specialized in working within that domain because they include tailored instructions. Claude already has many plugins built for common use cases, but we can also create our own. These plugins are open source and available on GitHub. Now, the plugin suite even contains a plugin to create plugins. When we wanted to create a plugin of our own, we simply asked the chat interface to do so, and it ran the skill for building the new plugin. Claude asked us a set of questions in a session and then presented a plan. Once we approved the plan, it started building everything. This makes the process even easier because now we don't have to rely on plugins built by others. We can create our own, specifically tailored for our unique use cases. Another thing worth mentioning is using skills. We've already talked in detail about how to build a good skill and walked you through the process of creating new skills, including how to handle the problems we encountered while building our own. You can check out those guides on our channel. They'll help you when building skills of your own. Claude also comes with many built-in skills tailored for commonly used tasks, but we can create custom skills specifically designed for our own unique use cases. Finally, we have to treat Cowork as an employee, not a toy. Cowork is still a research preview with limited guardrails, which means it can modify things that shouldn't be modified if not properly restricted. We need to give it clear boundaries to make the most of it. Sensitive data should be kept in separate folders, exposing only what is actually needed, ensuring that Cowork does not touch private information. We also need to tightly scope its tasks to ensure good performance. For example, adding instructions like "don't delete anything" ensures that it won't delete files and will ask before removing anything if necessary, like how we were doing when we were prompting it. There is also a risk of prompt injection. If a document or website contains harmful instructions, Cowork might execute them and cause issues. Additionally, Cowork uses more resources than normal chat, so if you use it excessively, your context limit will be reached quickly. You need to harness it carefully to make the most out of it. That brings us to the end of this video. If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep making videos like this, you can do so by using the super thanks button below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.